see what he can do in the midst of unbelievers, on the leading edge with his word, his power, his grace, and his mercy. For God's sakes, we're Lutheran. This is what we know.
So that's what I'm about.
Well, what's funny, that leads directly to what I want to talk about. But one thing also I want to tell you, another thing I wanted to give you praise about is the way you communicate Lutheranism or just theology in general. It's real straightforward. It's like you're trying to talk to the people. You're not really trying to talk to, for instance, I read a lot. like when I read Johann Gerhard, you can tell he's writing in the commonplaces that he's writing to a scholarly influence. He's not so much writing to Joe out back dumping some mud. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk, it's like you communicate the high level. And also, if a person just wants base theology of Christ crucified, you hit those points also. So I also want to tell you that. And you have great handwriting, bro. I don't know how you do those notes, man. Like, your handwriting is impeccable. Like, you'll hold something up like, yeah. I'm like, did he just write that?
Well, thank you. My dad, I don't know. I think my dad took a drafting class in college. And so I saw my dad write and I thought, hey, I want to kind of write with all. So I don't know. Maybe I picked it up there. So.
Hey, salute, man. Like as a Y chromosome member to another Y chromosome member.
I don't use hearts to dot my I's. I hope that's. I think there's so it is a danger. It's in our day. So evolution just kind of creeps into everything, and it shapes our minds and our thinking and everything. And one of the dangers of evolutionary thinking is that there's this like expert class. It's one of the dangers of scientism that you got to be like, you got to talk in a way that nobody else understands what you're saying for you to have any sort of authority. There's right. This kind of, it's like this, and that drives me crazy. I mean, the Lord intends for every person to be a theologian. That's so the idea of the guy scooping the mud, of the guy pouring the concrete, of the guy of the guy building the house, of the guy driving the bus, and thinking about the divine truths of the scriptures. This is what it's for. I mean, everybody is to meditate on the Lord's word, and if it doesn't get down there, then I mean, what probably happens is guys they want to sound smart, so they say things that maybe they don't understand, but. I'm not I'm no genius, so I got to sit there and chew on the thing so that it gets into small enough pieces that I can swallow it. And I figure once it's small enough for me to swallow, then hopefully everybody else will be able to swallow it as well. So sometimes you got to chew a little bit longer to get the big stuff ground down a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate the compliment, but I have to, So theology is intended to give us joy. What text were we looking at the other day? It was John. No, this morning, John 14, John 16, where Jesus says, "A little while I'll be gone, a little while, and you will see me again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you." Now, this is what theological truths are supposed to give us joy and life and peace. And so if we're reading the Bible or we're thinking about theology and it doesn't reach down to the place where we have joy, it hasn't reached down far enough. Right. So as I'm reading the text and I'm studying theology, I'm not going to let go of it until it gives me joy. Like Joseph holding onto the foot of Jesus on the Jabbok River. I'm not going to let go of you till you bless me. So we grab a hold of the text. We grab a hold of the theology. We grab a hold of the thing, and we say, "I'm not going to let go until you give me joy." And then when I have the joy, then it's easy to turn around and say, "Hey Lex, look at this thing. It's great. It gives me joy. It should give you joy as well." So that's the process.
Definitely. So I want to talk about also, and you touched on it a second ago, about how in our tradition we have scholars. Like, for instance, if you talk to somebody, first thing they'll mention is Spurgeon or, John Edwards. And it's like people go from Luther to like, there's nothing in between.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it goes back to as a Lutheran, we don't devalue saints. Like, we appreciate church history when people contributed in our church calendar, we do have saints that are recognized in various days. And in your book, Martyr's Faith,
Yeah.
it touches on also the aspect of the importance that what we can grasp and heroes and things of that nature. How I listened